Hello, Team Eagle students, athletes, our supportive parents, my NYU and St. John's student athletes. I would like to extend my greeting and well-being to my families, athletes, and coaches I've had the pleasure to know while following my passion in Taekwondo. I'm here to give you an update on the impact of COVID-19 on our business and strides we are taking to respond and adapt to it. There's evidently a profound impact from COVID-19 on so many of us around the world. And I know I have hosted a few spontaneous live videos in regards to my seminars while unintentionally showcasing my high school habit, which still continues, my sneakers on my background of my live feed. Whether it's professional or not, I come to you again today as I am, without sugarcoating or any form of a hollow approach. I am 100% focused on overcoming the crisis we're facing today. COVID-19 is like nothing we've ever seen before. Team Eagles Training Center opened its doors in September of 2011 during the 9/11 crisis. Many other economic and global crises occurred after that. And as I celebrate the 19th year, almost 20 anniversary in the coming month of September, over 2 decades, I managed to handle major and minor crisis situations. In many cases, events that you've read about and have seen on TV, newspapers, and reading literatures. There were direct impact and opinions through these instruments, whether it's a compliment or comments and opinions derived to animosity. In our martial art markets, we are left to be inactive due to cancellation of competitions, not to mention training in our training centers, as we are categorized as non-essential businesses. Our business function with our membership dues, and we are on a financial freeze, which seems to be the request we are receiving from our members. The restrictions and suspension of travel to competitions and to and from our training center and required social distancing is having an immediate impact by dropping demands for our training center, not to mention suspending new members walking into the door due to closure of our business. During this time, I must admit the challenging phase of my well-being mentally, physically, and financially. Though this is the case, my heart goes out to the universities that I am responsible for, nursery schools, public schools, charter schools in Bronx, Brooklyn, and Harlem, as well as my main student bodies. Other than daily essential needs and the turmoil of collecting toilet papers, my priorities are on the community. I have touched and extended my leadership as to my best ability, if not, strive at my best to do so. A lot of times, my family events, kids' birthdays, piano recital, swimming competitions were set on pause and chose my business and competition as a priority. Not that family or my passion is any greater than the other, but to implement consistency and no excuse policy in hopes to demonstrate my leadership under the circumstances while trying to balance. I luckily, due to 2 decades of my unique approach, have taken this time to spend with the family, catch up on Korean drama like Itaewon Class. I cannot help but agree on putting people first, which has been a cornerstone of their success. And it may be shallow, but I agree on these terms and holding firm to my approach. We offer classes every day from Monday through Saturday without any registration fee or contracts. We operate under the assumption that we are building a brand name, and our motto and slogan, soaring above the rest, sits in its place. Every crisis brings out the best in people and brings the best leadership to the foreground. Implementing virtual classes and Zoom meetings seems to be the thing. Though I strongly believe in the consistency of connection of Taekwondo in your living rooms and basements, I also believe in collaboration and direct collaboration of instructions. Therefore, we will not host any virtual classes. As I said earlier, it is not going against the flow or putting anyone down or expressing my repulse, but rather, I encourage our athletes and students and parents and coaches to support extra stretching, practicing off the mats, on and off our, but we have to come out of our comfort zone in our training center, where whether it's be working on cardio, an apartment staircase, which I've seen, stretching while being quarantined at home. I believe that through this crisis, people will appreciate the leaders at training centers and come to a realization that to be at a world-class level or to pursue your passion, that you need to train at not only at home, but continue education and training in centers with tactical and technical aspect, which cannot be transferred through the screen. As I close, while it's impossible to know to how long this crisis will last. I know we, as a Taekwondo community, will come through the other side. And when we do, and when that day comes, we will be there to welcome the process of the race, which includes bumps and bruises during training, win and losses in competitions, and qualifying for nationals, Olympics, and in life. I encourage you to help the community around you. I wish you good health and sense of optimism, and we will thrive once again. Thank you and be well. And though toilet papers may not have any expiration dates, I'd be more than happy to dine and break bread with you, from all the stocks and piles of food you stored in your shelves, as well as thoughts and opinions to be laid on the table. Please invite me to communicate and to understand each other, as misunderstanding and misconception during these challenging times may not be glued back together as we lose control of our humanity and kindness. I believe that we are permitted to accept opinions, statistics, which may be factual or deceptive, but I am sure we can find the true meaning within ourselves when we take that extra time to appreciate our surrounding or to make an effort to do so. I appreciate your time. I know it's hard time during these times, but I was able to reach out to my neighbors. I was able to extend my concern to other people, loved ones around me. And it put a pause button on me to really seek and look deep inside. And it was a time of reflection and time of appreciation, time of a lot of confusion. But through this, I realized that I found myself being on the phone a little bit more and just looking on the outside of things. And I realized that our human nature tends to be selfish, or sometimes be a little bit more on the other side. And to see that was kind of natural thing that I expected. But I hope to see more of positive things, a lot of appreciation, rather than being selfish and putting people down. I believe that that's really deep inside, and we can really find that deep inside, especially during this time when we put a pause button. I believe that there should be a reflection, and myself included. So I'm really taking this time to be optimistic, spend more time with the family, and do things in the house finally. And there's a lot of memes out there. It's hilarious, yet those are just temporarily. And I just hope that people find really deep inside and take this as an opportunity to appreciate people more, appreciate the loved ones around you, and have time to do more rather than just rocking your feet and just being unstable mentally. So I'm just looking forward to training again. Everything's happened for a reason, so I'm taking this as an opportunity of all the negativity and all the selfishness that's out there. I think find it in your heart, and if there are any of those that are in your hands reach, don't hesitate to connect with them, and I think we can find a solution to it. So I appreciate time. I thought I reach out to our parents here to let them know that the online virtual will not happen, but to practice the sport at home. There's so much that you can do. And then we can implement that once we get back onto the mats, and I'm looking forward to that. So from time to time, let me know how you guys are doing. Obviously, we have a lot of time in our hands, so it'll be great to hear from you guys. I appreciate all the texts and all the phone calls and all the comments and that you reached out to me to see how we're doing, and I appreciate that. And I think that's the good thing about this crisis, that we get to think and really search inside and really reach out to the people rather than doing the very opposite. So I appreciate your time, and comment below and we'll connect. Thank you. Have a good one.